Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we're bringing you another gameplay of Kingdom Death Monster.
Gameboard Chess Expansion.
Keeper of the Dreams campaign.
Yep.
Now, we will likely be going through some other campaigns down the road, but for now, to set the precedent for what the next year of our lives is going to look like.
It's going to involve a lot of murder. Either murdering monsters or being murdered by monsters or trying not to be murdered.
Basically, this table and this entire gameplay space is created to produce content for Kingdom Death. I think that's accurate. I'm pretty sure this belly of the table here will probably have this game set up in perpetuity.
Like the belly of the monsters.
For quite a long time. In fact, I'm not even allowed to move it or shift it out of this space.
Nope.
I can put the topper on, but I'm not allowed to move it until we've at least finished this campaign. So next week we're hoping to play like something like 40 hours straight and record every second of it for you. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button down below. If you're following along, if you've been around for the campaign, so glad to have you here. If you're brand new, stay tuned. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a good display of what like growing mid-game, still early game right now, but growing mid-game Kingdom Death looks like. This is going really well so far.
Swimmingly.
Yeah, it's going really well so far. We felt like hunting the Crimson Croc went so effectively last time
that we're going to do it again.
We can hunt the Smog Singers.
Yeah, but why would we want to do that? Why would we want to find
We think we're going to hunt them next Lantern Year. We still are trying to build out some of the Crimson Croc armor. I'd still love to get a hold of the Crimson Croc bow. So there's a few things that we're looking for that is worth diving back in. So we're going to double up on it. We're playing this game for end game, not for just pure video entertainment. And it doesn't hurt that we also need to build the Smog Singers and make them look as pretty as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, Shira.
We are in middle of our settlement phase. We are up to the part where we are building gear and spending endeavors. Jesse, would you like to show them what we are spending our endeavors on?
Yeah, so we went through a few things here. First off, we're going to be doing the Innovation. I have the three resources up here that we need. We'll cycle those down, and our Innovation deck is right here.
We can draw out 4 cards.
We get to draw 4 because we just got Symposium, I think. So there's 4 cards, or do you want to draw some of your own?
I want to draw some of my own. Did you re-sleeve some of them?
Huh?
Did you re-sleeve some of them?
Okay.
Fan them out for me. I'm not looking at them. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, we're still waiting to get matching sleeves for all the content.
Okay. We have Nightmare Training. We have Drums. We have Storytelling. And we have the Inner Lantern.
Ooh, Inner Lantern is what we're going to do. You know it's true.
I don't know these all by name. You are like, we are going to do this.
Read Inner Lantern and tell me we're not doing it.
Settlement finds the light within. All survivors gains the surge.
We're doing Inner Lantern.
Survival action.
I'm sorry. We needed that, so badly this last game.
All right.
There are Inner Lantern consequences, I believe.
Yep, there are.
I'm going to go ahead and add those in while you are making a note. Now, you want to talk about why we needed Surge so badly?
Because Jesse decided to kill lots of people. 2 survivors died in sex prior to going out onto the hunt. And then on the hunt, he decided to, what was the card called? Death something? Where he was just accruing counters throughout the round until, and we only had 5 rounds to kill the Crimson Croc. If we didn't kill the Crimson Croc, he was going to explode. And so that was not going to be fun, and it was really hard not to surge and take extra actions. So
yeah, what she was saying is that I made really good decisions the entire game, and we need Surge so we can murder the Crimson Croc a lot more efficiently and effectively than we did.
Do you remember in our first game when we did not have Dash?
Yeah, we were like
so struggling.
Yeah.
Our first campaign, it took forever to get Dash.
Yeah, it took, probably 6-7 gameplays for us to even get a hold of the fact that we wanted to run. Okay, other things that we're going to be spending stuff on. So that got us our first.
So now, everyone, we have all 5 of these survival actions that we can use. There's a new one in this campaign called Fist Pump.
Yeah, it's like Encourage, so we can stand 2 people up. You just have one that's a vocal Encourage and one that's a
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Which is helpful because for one of my characters with Encourage, they're selfish.
And
yours is also going to be selfish.
It's also helpful if they go deaf.
Yeah.
That means you could very specifically encourage them that way. Or if they go mute, they could still encourage people in one of the two ways. Hollow stone, we're going to go ahead and gather a little bit of the hollow stone resource. This is stone that we need to actually build the gear that helps our scout out. We are taking another scout. He was useful in this last hunt. Would have carried our gear back, and we have more and more gear that we're getting.
Are you still going with expendable as the scout?
Expendable is still going to be the scout.
Why?
Expendable is still going out there to live his best life.
Expendable has 6 insanity. Why waste him as a scout?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but look at his beautiful... I've updated his story. Expendable was the first targeted. He was the first to throw his founding stone. He was the first to get a critical hit. He was the first scout from the settlement, and he consumed the pseudo-penis.
He can't be the first to die, so I guess he's run out of firsts.
He's my favorite so far. I'm growing attached, which is exactly what you want to do in Kingdom Death. We're also going to be rolling 2 intimacy, but we're going to do that after we craft all our gear.
Technically, if we make it to intimacy, we'll make it to intimacy.
Yeah, we're going to be trying to do... so, the stuff that we're building and buying. We have the Eye of the Immortal and the Flat Vein. We're going to be buying the Crocodile Eyes. Do you want to talk about why we're building the gear?
Crocodile Eyes?
Yep, that's close enough.
We are buying this because you gain plus strength equal to the level of your monster if you have no foresight. And foresight is when they're revealed AI or hit location cards on top of the decks. There's a couple cards in the AI deck of the Crimson Croc that we've encountered that's cycle, and so in those instances we will not have that extra strength, but otherwise it was a relatively cheap purchase for extra strength. We're also going to be buying another piece of the Crimson Croc armor. This is the Crimson Guard, and this will give plus, when you depart, a pale scab hardens on your forearm. You gain a bleeding token and add 1 to the arm's hit location. This will give our hit location to 3. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We're working on building out the Crimson Croc armor. A full armor set is valuable to have, and it's going to give you a green connection on your board,
Yeah,
which is
but
pretty
they don't
nice.
help right now.
They don't help right now, you're right.
I could have had a green connection with my bandages. I chose not to.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so...
No, you couldn't have. Oh, your arm could have, but you can't flip it upside down.
True. You're right. And then what else are we buying?
So we're also going to be buying a skull helm. We're going to be buying some fecal salve because that's going to help out our lovely expendable scout. It also builds towards some future gear for the scout. We're buying a bone axe specifically because we need some more weapons. We're going to start working on a leather armor or rawhide armor gear set as well because that's always useful to have at least one of those. And then a bone dagger. So right now we are sharing weapons quite a lot. We do have the clothed and satiated hybrid armor set. We add 1 to all hit locations if we have any 3 pieces of gear.
I have 3 pieces of gear.
So you're going to have a
this one.
bonus of 1 on every hit location. If we pair this up...
Are items considered gear?
So it has to be specifically armor gear.
Yeah.
So if we pair these 2 up with someone who has a bloody cloth, they will also get the bonus.
Yeah.
They'll get the benefit of wearing a full piece.
Okay.
So you tell me what resources do you want and what are you leaving for me to utilize?
I don't want the skull helm.
Don't want the skull helm. Okay, I'll take the skull helm.
I would like the... Do I want the bone axe or the bone dagger? 3, 7, 1 or 2, 6, 3. What's this? Savage. Once per attack, if you critically wound, cause 1 additional wound. I'll take the bone axe.
Okay, bone dagger is going to be popping over to me then. I'm going to give it to my lovely squealing pig with monkey grease. Or monster grease. Just completely slathered. Fecal salve. When you depart, gain +1 survival. You are not a threat until you attack. If you have the priority target token, remove it. So I can spend this. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this to my scout. He is going to be involved in the fighting.
Yep.
And I want to be able to disengage if it seems like it's turning bad. And then skull helm. I think bellowing is going to be wearing a skull helm.
Are you not giving anything to invested?
Invested will not get anything if you want those pieces of armor for your own characters.
I feel bad for invested.
You can fill up your board. Invested really has to put his time and money in before we really trust him with a resource like this.
Give him the rawhide set.
Oh, no. You give it to yours. Give yourself the extra buff, the extra defense. It's more important to have your person with a hatchet.
I could also automatically get the connection.
Nice, yeah, so do that. And then we have a stone nose that we're going to be spending an endeavor on. Stone noses. On arrival, gain +1 survival and +1 insanity.
I can't take that with one of my characters, and you cannot take... I can't get... With my Dreamism guy, I can't get that, so...
Okay. So I'll take the stone nose. I'll go ahead and give it here to... actually, let's give it to my immortal guy. My immortal guy can't die because of regular damage. He just takes brain damage. So this is like giving him extra armor.
For now.
Just for his mind.
Alright, that gives me lots of evasion. I really want to figure out a way to get lots... I want more green connections to get more monster grease.
Yeah, to get the extra invasion from the monster grease.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Okay,
right, now we gotta
Asher, why are you growling at neighbors?
Because they're neighbors.
The dog is growling at neighbors. We have no dog cam this time, so I formally apologize for that.
Okay, you sacrifice that in view of the camera that you see in front of you.
Is it cool? It's got like a close-up board thing. I don't know. I keep experimenting with the different cameras that we have. I need more cameras. That's really the only reasonable option. There's right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 cameras filming this gameplay, and my preference would be something along the lines of 9.
I'm gonna update my stats now, based on what I've got.
So let's go through. We can go ahead and go through and do that. So you're going to have 1 armor on the head. Don't do your survival and stuff for departing yet. Because you want to do that when we actually depart.
Mm-hmm.
+1 insanity, okay. You're going to have 3 on your head.
The rawhide headband action. Reveal the top 2 AI, place them back on the deck in any order. That's different than foresight when there are revealed AI or hit locations on top of the deck. Right?
So, yeah, it's different because it doesn't reveal them.
I get to...
Yeah, there's a difference between you putting them back in an order and having them specifically revealed.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you're going to have this with both your characters.
Yeah. Right now I have 2 evasion, 1 from my monster grease, 1 from the connections I made with my rawhide vest. I will have strength. I'll have +1 right now for the monster level. And then when I depart, I have a +1 insanity to add, but we haven't departed yet. And
this time in the game, we are playing with one of the first models that I ever painted myself. A little rawhide armor guy with a whip, with an axe, with a skull helm. It's good stuff.
Rawhide head has 1. Rawhide vest has 1. My waist seemed to be taking lots of hits, and now these will all go up to 2, and these will go up to 1. So 2.
Okay, do you want to see if you can
2.
trigger intimacy?
2. I'm terrified. And 1. I still have to update my other character, so I don't trust you to roll.
Okay.
That's the reality of it. And I don't trust myself to roll. None of us have luck yet, do we?
No. Luck wouldn't affect these rolls anyway.
Does anything affect these rolls?
Nope.
Great. Alright. Let's try red die. Intimacy. Augury Act number 1.
Who are you nominating?
It's a 7. I don't believe we
7
go.
is gain +1 in survival. Who would you nominate? You have to nominate someone for it.
I don't want anyone who's going out. I was nominating anonymous people.
Okay, so do you want a name or just give an anonymous one +1 survival?
Anonymous 1 +1 survival.
Okay.
This will be a female +1 survival.
And you want to nominate the same person for a second one? The male doesn't get that. It's just one person.
Okay. Second one?
Yep.
Same person.
Same person. 4 is going to be, again, +1 survival. So they currently have +2 survival whenever we make them.
Great.
And I'll go ahead then and clean this up, and we can prepare our departing survivors. and then hit the road.
All right, and then let me add these gear things up together.
So, opening up the board, I think I remember the layout of this. If I believe I am right, he is going to be here at the second location. We are all going to be positioned right down here at the beginning, and we're going to have our basic hunt deck. I need to not look at these, so I'm going to be drawing from the bottom because the new ones do have a little bit of a different color on their back and their sleeves slightly differently. So 1, 2, 3, and then, so I've put out enough here, but they're not all going to be basic hunt events. We actually have to replace 2 of them with specific hunt events from him. I believe that is the one right before him, or 2 away from us and 4 away from us. So they will be replaced with one of these. This one does not want to come off the top. Are you rearranging stuff?
Making a quick switch with who's carrying what and just switching their amounts.
Why are you switching?
I have a -1 strength, and my one of my weapons is +3 strength until its edge is ruined. I guess they both have 3. Never mind. No reason. We are not changing them around. You are coming with you. You're going with you. For now. We'll see what happens later.
Okay, we need a part. How much do we get as a settlement when you depart? Just 1 survival?
1 survival.
Okay, and then add up each one for...
We also each get an insanity if you have the... We're departing?
Yep.
Okay, so...
If you have the cloth, you gain an insanity as well.
Yep.
So... 7 on brain. And 2... 3 on survival.
2.
What's our max survival at the moment?
Max survival is 3.
Max survival is 3.
Yep.
Okay, 1 plus... Anything else? No. 1 survival here and 1 plus... Nothing here, but I do gain an insanity. So going from 3 to 4 on the insanity. I hope I'm...
Insane. Did you set up the hunt track?
Yeah, really hoping that
Okay.
this time we make it, we kill him, we slaughter him, we get a lot of great resources. We're able to build the bow, which is ultimately the only resource I really want. And we can move forward in the game from there, from a point of success and a point of development. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready-ish. Trying to make sure I can keep these things in mind. This one has knowledges I'm trying to bear in mind. All right, let's do it.
They are going to go ahead and move forward. I'll take my lovely bellowing into the bleak darkness first. Random event, rolling 1d100. Go ahead and draw. Bone dice is going to be my 10s.
Is this from base game?
22. Yep, just from base game.
Hunt event table. 22.
22.
Acid rain.
Good,
I don't
that's
think we
going
like
to
this
wash
one.
everything away. Yep.
The darkness above is suddenly lit with a storm of acid rain. It smells terrible, burns flesh, and forms hissing pools in the upturned mouths of the stone faces. All survivors suffer monster-level event damage to every hit location as they scramble to find shelter.
What?
If the settlement has sculpture...
We don't have sculpture.
We do not have sculpture. We would have been able to watch the stone...
Anything else?
Roll 1d10.
But we're still taking monster level damage everywhere?
Yep.
7.
The storm moves homeward. Add the acid storm settlement event to the timeline next year.
No!
Your fault. Settlement event to the timeline. Acid storm.
So instead of a random timeline, we're going to get an acid storm. It's going to dissolve everything.
Good.
I don't like it.
S.
I don't like it at all. All right, I'm going to start taking my damage. So my invested is basically dead. Good. Yep, your head cloth has been burned through. Your arms are blistered. Your body is scabbing. Your waist, I don't even want to talk about it. Chafing is better than anything you've experienced. And your legs have black and blue warts growing over them now. Bellowing still has a little bit of armor on his head, down to 2. But, just like the other one, your arms seem to be coated in writhing, snaking little tendrils of acid. Your body and waist are peeling off like the worst sunburn you've ever experienced, and your legs have a excess of what is now considered monster grease because your, well, fleshy parts are exposed. And of course, my lovely scout, who I adore so much, is dropping down
You're
to 0 on his head.
subjecting your scout to all of this.
He has to be. He's on this expedition with everyone else. You know, I regret all my decisions, but at this point, it's too late to do anything about them. All right, who are you putting forward?
Well, Despair is down to 1 on her head, 1 on her body, 1 on her waist. Terrified is down to 1 on his head, 3 on his arms, and 2 on his waist.
Good.
We're doing great.
I'm really happy for them.
Terrified's gonna go first.
Terrified's gonna
Dark
go?
blue.
Dark blue is gonna go here. This is going to be...
Both? 2 things?
No, just the one. I put it there just in case. Lady in the blood lake. A woman rises from a lake of blood. She makes an offer. In exchange for an eye, she will tell a story. The group may nominate a survivor to suffer the blind, severe head injury. It's going to be -1 accuracy. Bellowing already has -1 accuracy. Invested really isn't our best. What do we think? We're going to give Bellowing... Bellowing's going to do it.
I don't know if it's worth it.
Bellowing's going to do it. What can I say? He sees a lady in a bloody lake rising up to greet him.
Okay.
Bellowing's a man of charm and charisma.
Bellowing is a female.
That's right. If they do, the woman deftly plucks the eye out of its socket. Punctuated by the crunch of gristle, she mumbles a tale of brave people who defeated a story eater. As the survivors listen, their blood pressure accelerates. Survivors with any bleeding tokens gain +1 accuracy token and another bleeding token.
Great.
Doesn't seem like a great trade for, where's my...
Halfway to death right now, bleeding silently.
Yeah. Here's your accuracy token. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, for now.
We're using tokens, by the way, from Upgrade Gaming. We have no, relationship with them other than they send us very nice metal things, and I like very nice metal things. Link will be down below if you want to go check them out. If the event revealer is not deaf, they may spend 1 survival to memorize the story. If they do, they gain the Inner Lantern Innovation.
We already have the Inner Lantern Innovation.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Was that worth your eye? I have a temporary accuracy token and an extra bleed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good price. I mean, it would have been amazing if we just gained Inner Lantern. Have you considered that?
If we hadn't just gained Inner Lantern, but we have Inner Lantern.
This is what happens when you don't just read ahead in Kingdom Death.
Are you not supposed to?
You're not supposed to. All right, I'm gonna take a step
It's
forward.
dumb because I just got a token and you have a permanent stat change.
I'm maimed.
Yeah.
I'm maimed, but she was glorious.
Why do you have slashes?
To mark temporary versus permanent. You know, honestly, in the dark pit of my now thriving socket, all I see is the vision of a beautiful woman coming out of a blood lake. So,
It's worth it.
life could be worse. Random hunt event for my young lady in the yellow. Invested, rolling a random hunt event. Stone is going to be the small numbers this time. 54.
bone storm. It's been a very stormy day.
I like it. It's also thundering and lightning outside, so accurate?
Mighty winds tear across the landscape, collecting chips of stones and skeletal remains. The survivors huddle together. I think we did this already. And on the outskirts of the storm, they may either brave the storm or wait it out. We did this one.
I remember this. Let's wait it out.
Roll twice on the hunt event table before moving forward on the hunt board.
Good. We're waiting it out. Yeah, that's better than being... We all got damaged last time.
Yeah, 1 event damage to 3 random hit locations, and we had to...
52.
We would have had to get rid of fragile gear, which now we've got more fragile.
52.
Okay.
You're right there.
I am.
Made it easy for you.
Yeah, thanks. Mad flies. Tiny persistent insects swarm the survivors, flying into their ears and nostrils. The bugs buzz maddeningly in their heads, growing louder as they nest. Each survivor rolls 1d10.
Oh, please stop.
Terrified?
Oh, I'm so...
6.
I thought you were asking me. What does 6 do?
I was going to roll both of them before I looked.
Oh, they're both 6.
Great.
What does 6 do?
3 to 7 is the buzzing immediately stops and the flies depart. Their rejection makes you feel strangely despondent. Their rejection makes you feel bad.
Invested.
Gain 1 insanity.
Invested. Lantern 10. I capture 1.
8 plus. Their eggs gestate incredibly quickly and mad flies explode forth from your mouth. The experience is gruesome, but it makes you feel so alive. Suffer the frenzy, brain trauma. If you have the rage-holic disorder or berserker fighting art, give birth to disgusting new life, kindles your rage, and suffer the brain frenzy trauma again. You just get the frenzy trauma. Go find
Bellowing.
it.
6.
Okay, you get an insanity.
And expendable.
You get an insanity.
3.
3 still is insanity.
Woo. Okay, I'll take it.
Were you gonna question it?
I don't know. Alright, brain frenzy.
And you have to roll 1 more event.
Yes, we do both have our own books. For anyone that's like, what are all these King of Death books popping out around here?
Well, 2 are gamblers and 2 are base because you always need 1 of each.
Brain frenzy trauma. Gain 1d5 insanity, plus 1 speed token, plus 1 strength token. Ignore slow on melee weapons. You may not spend survival. You may not use fighting arts. You may not use weapon specialization or weapon mastery. Can be gained multiple times. Last until the end of Showdown. So speed, strength, and 1d5 insanity.
And you can't spend survival.
Yep.
Did you miss that part?
No, I heard it. Plus speed, plus strength, 1d5 insanity is going to be... Did we ever see if it was round up, round down?
I didn't check.
I always think it's meaner than it needs to be, so I'm gonna say round down. So 2.
I'll check.
Okay, and I need to roll 1 more time. So
Yep.
I'll roll and I can find it myself if you want. It's going to be a 3.
Yep.
Okay. Looking for number 3. I always assume, I think with probably a mistaken optimism that, you know, Adam puts the best events around the lower numbers because it just feels cool to roll those numbers. Just like this one, number 3. Cancer pigeons. The survivors are surrounded by an echoing coo of infant babies. No, of infant babble. Strange baby-faced birds, it's almost the same. Circle overhead, gripped with an instinctual horror, the survivors break into a run.
Ha! I was right.
Round
If
it
the
up.
game instructs you to roll a d5, roll a d10 and divide the result in half. Round it up.
Okay. Each survivor rolls 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor becomes the straggler. If the survivor has any noisy gear, -2 to their roll. Each straggler rolls 1d10. So we're determining who the straggler is going to be.
Give yourself an extra. What did you roll for?
Insanity.
So give yourself 1 more insanity because you
Will
would have
do.
rounded up. And insanity's helpful.
Will do.
Alright. We're rolling 1d10 right now. Terrified? Not the best roll for you, my dear. 9 and 2. All right.
So I need to go to. Okay, you got a 9 and a 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have an 8. We have a 9.
3.
And we have a 3. My scout is now the straggler.
No, my 2 is.
Oh, you're 2. Good. Thank you. Go ahead and roll 1d10.
I don't want to. Terrified is terrified. 5.
5. A cancer pigeon latches onto your back. Shake it free by spending 1 survival. Otherwise, you are dead inside. You cannot gain survival. Record this impairment.
I'll spend 1 to shake it free.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Otherwise, I'm dead.
And then we continue moving forward
Great.
on the hunt. All right, start setting up the Crimson Croc here.
Oh, gosh.
We are ready to go for another showdown with the Crimson Croc.
Come on, you guys.
We have already pulled our terrain gear. We are ready to rock and roll.
4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll set that there. And the extra piece of gear we pulled is a glowing waypoint. You may attempt to pull the waypoint from the ground, roll 1d10 and add your strength to the result. Ooh, we could gain, if anyone has enough strength to modify this, which I think you might, we could gain a lantern halberd.
How much strength do you need?
We need 12 plus.
I would have 1 plus, use a weapon for it?
No, you just pull.
So then no, I've got 1.
What about your necklace?
My necklace is
Your
that's
eye.
my 1 strength.
Oh.
Plus strength and star. We're fighting a level 1 monster. Unless you figure you want to fight a level 2.
So no one's going to be able to pull the halberd out.
No.
Man. Where does it set up?
Why did you put your very squishy fellow? Why didn't you put expendable there?
Either direction's fine.
Alright.
Lantern halberd. I wish we could pull that out. That'd be a very nice weapon to
You might want to spread your people 1 more square. In case we get the whip thing.
Sure. Shall we do it?
Okay.
Ready to play the game?
Ready.
He goes first.
He goes first.
Why didn't we surprise him?
Because we don't have that ability. Great! I'll take some tokens.
What is it?
It's the repeating bite. When this card is resolved, place it back on top of the AI deck while it's face up, which means I do not have my strength.
Yep.
Place a token on this card. Pick a target, closest threat facing in range. That's you.
Love that.
Where's your monster controller token? Put it in front of... Yep. Move. This attack gains +1 damage for each token on it. It's a slightly different one.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Speed of 2.
Yeah. Speed of 2.
Accuracy 3.
1 hit.
Do you have any evasion on your fella?
For my lovely invested, no invasion.
Invested has nothing. Invested's naked. You have light wounds everywhere.
Oh.
You take 1 damage. And I'll take a stack of tokens here.
1 damage to my chest, and guess what?
What?
I immediately fall down.
Wow.
I do need to give myself 1 survival, 1 insanity for arriving. What's our survival limit? Is it still 3?
3.
So I can only get 3.
You can spend it one. You can spend 1 to
I wouldn't be able to spend 1 before.
getting it,
No.
arriving.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
Why don't you go with your... Knock yourself down. Knock invested down.
How about we get invested up? Have we ever thought about that?
I'm walking with 1 and 1 survival. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit.
You got this invested. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Are you actually gonna?
Just encouraging.
Pick you up?
Just encouraging her. Oh, I want to put the... I'm going to start the surviving corpse actually by my scout. I'm going to have him roll on it.
Okay.
Ooh, lands on 10. I keep doing this. +3 insanity, 1 skull basic resource, and archive this terrain. He's up to 12 insanity.
That's
He's
insane.
actually not going to die. Because he's invincible.
Invincible. Or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Alright, skull basic resource. When you gain this, choose to give one person insanity. Does anyone need insanity?
Please. I've got 2.
Okay, you can take 1 insanity.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brain pieces.
I'd like you to go and attempt to hit him and make him move so he gets closer to me.
I want to.
Otherwise, I can't reach him.
Should I surge and throw my dart at him?
Is that a good use of survival right now?
You know, I have 3. I have 3 and I'm close enough to attack him. I don't know that I'm going to always be in that position.
Okay.
I can't even reach him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you're 7 away.
Never mind.
You didn't move yet.
So you want me to... I'm going to stand her up then.
Encourage?
Yeah.
Who's your character that has the survivalism trait?
Has the what?
Survivalism philosophy?
Him.
Okay, every time
he doesn't. Yeah, him. Yeah.
when you encourage, you're selfish. You have to roll a d10. 6+, you do not encourage. You keep the survival, and you
I think you do encourage.
Nope, you do not.
Does
You're
it say do not?
selfish.
Yes, I know, but I don't. I think you do encourage. I read it a few times. I think you might be right, but let's check this.
Who's right?
When you encourage another survivor, roll 1d10 on a 6+. You do not encourage.
Take your survival back to 3, and you can't encourage again this round.
All right, so no one likes encouraging. I could fist pump.
You could fist pump.
Is that an encourage? That's different from encourage, right?
I think fist pump is different. I could look it up technically because it's a new survival action.
But all of this is contained within the same system, so it would clarify encourage versus fist pump.
Survival action once per round. You may spend 1 survival to fist pump and knock down survivor, letting them stand. Blind. Who's blind?
No one's blind.
I thought you got blind.
He took 1 blind, but not...
He's still blind.
No, it's 1 blind. You're not fully blind.
Are you sure?
You have to have 2 blind.
Blind survivors cannot stand from fist pump. Survivors can only fist pump. The settlement has silent dialect innovation.
Okay. Oh, let me have had moved with him. And then
I thought you had less movement.
I'm gonna surge. I have 3 movement.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna surge with him. Rolling 1 die, hitting on a accuracy. Nope. Hitting on a 1. Ooh, that's a connect. 7+.
A pale fin. You've got a reflex on here, and you can crit it.
So, wounding 4 because I have the strength, and his toughness is 7.
His toughness is 7.
So wounding on a 3+.
You have 4 strength.
Yep.
Yep. Critical wound. You cancel that reflex. Yes. The monster looks at its ruined fin, its many irises spinning with hatred. Gain the priority target token.
I can lose it too because I have the fecal self.
And discard the mood. Discard a mood in play. We don't have any moods. If you are the sole target of the next AI, you may embrace the monster's hatred. If you do, you're doomed. If you do, you're doomed for the rest of the attack and gain +1 permanent strength. Okay, keep this out.
There's no way I'm not doing that.
Here's a wound.
That sounds awesome.
Thank you for taking that out, because I get my strength back. I still don't think it's wise to surge right now, because I only have 1 survival and I need to save it. So I'm just gonna move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
We know where the guy's going, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's attack him. We're going with the bone dagger, rolling 3 dice. connecting on a 7+, but behind him, it would be a 6+, but I have -2 accuracy, which is going to modify it to an 8+, but on a perfect hit.
2 hits?
8 and 9, 2 hits is not bad. 1 strength.
You have a pale fin base. And you have a super dense salted snout. Are you going to lose your weapon?
Super dense. This is not a frail weapon, no.
Okay.
So let's
Both of them have reflexes. Both of them have the ability to critical wound. One is going to make the monster move to the left.
We'll do the pale fin first.
Okay.
Missed.
The monster flips upside down and glides on its wriggling fingers, moving 2 spaces forward. Twink at the attacker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 5.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then you suffer 2 brain damage. The attacker does.
2 brain damage?
Yep, and now he's farther away and you're not ranged, correct?
He's coming, though. Yeah, I'm not ranged. He's coming, though.
What does that mean?
He's on the way.
Where?
Go ahead and draw his AI.
Barbed tail whip. Pick a target. Closest threat.
Nope. I'm priority, so he's going after me. He scuttles his butt in my direction.
Okay.
Lands right in front of me.
Is that what that is?
Yep. I'm priority, so when a monster performs pick a target, he picks you.
Okay, but is that the person who attacked with that?
Yeah.
With it? Okay.
Yeah.
Move and a synchronic attack. Anyone who's all around him?
No one's all around us.
Okay. 2 speed, 3 accuracy.
2 speed, 3 accuracy. I do have...
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, you did. You moved forward.
I moved. I was going to spend actions. I'm spending an action to take this off.
We'll do that.
And I'm going to be rolling.
You can't move and then wait to spend your actions later. You have to do your entire turn in one big thing.
Gotcha. Okay. I was still planning on rolling in the blood thing.
Okay, do it. You gain
4.
some blood.
4. I gain 1 insanity.
Yep.
Thank you. I was like, wait, I hadn't done anything. I had plans.
Okay.
All right. Now, 2 speed, accuracy 3+. Do you have any evasion?
No evasion, no.
Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits, 1 damage each, and you have after damage, bleed 1, knockback 5.
But if you are the sole target of the next AI, you may embrace the monster's hatred. If you do, you are doomed for the attack and gain +1 permanent strength. Yeah, I was doing that.
Right, so you're not spending survival to avoid it.
Yeah.
So you're getting...
How much damage?
1 damage for 2 different spots.
Yep, except I just take it to my body.
Nice.
And I get what?
Bleed 1, knockback 5.
Knockback 5. Bleed 1. I don't want to be near you anyway, big guy. Okay.
Cool. Now I'm coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huzzah! We are attacking.
Rip them apart.
Gonna try. 1 of each type of die. Alright, we're attacking with my bone axe. I have a speed of 2. Hits on 6. I have extra strength and evasion, which does not help me here, and he has nothing. So hitting on 6s. Yeah.
Beautiful.
2 hits. 1, vasodilated. 2, juicy jowls.
Ooh, yeah, get the jowls.
Jowls. First, I have a strength of 4 right now.
Crit hit.
I missed.
Are you sure you missed?
Strength of 4,
Yeah.
7, 3, hit.
Yep.
Thanks. And then 1 more hit over here. Strength of 4.
That one is a miss.
Miss. He's gonna do a failure. He rolls without turning. Full move the monster to the left. full move. 6. Knock me down.
Okay.
On.
Oh, the monster went, right? So I stood back up.
Yeah, the monster went. On collision, survivors suffer +1 damage. Is that just to a random hit location?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll get 2 damage to my waist. Have a light one now. Cool. I'm gonna come 1, 2, 3, 4 here in this square.
Are we still getting cognition stuff from killing them?
What do you mean?
How much longer for our settlement do we get
collective cognition?
Yeah, from murdering this guy.
None.
No more?
No more.
It was just the first 2?
Well, it was the prologue, and then it was the first time.
The level 1?
It's 1 for level 1, 2 for level 2, 3 for level 3s.
We gotta keep going up then.
We do.
We should have fought a level 2.
No, it's Lantern Year 2. We are not fighting a level 2. I am... Did I mix up my characters? I did. Can you switch my characters out? They both could have moved. This one's knocked.
Oh!
Wait, because I threw with this.
Yeah, you attacked with that.
Yeah. I attacked with that. So I did do this character. They're the one who got collided with?
Mm-hmm.
So I did do it right. Okay. I'm just going insane right now. I'm attacking with up here my blood glass dagger. -1 strength. It is a speed of 3 though. 1, 2, 3 hits on 6s. And it's honed 3, so it has 3 strength until its edge is dulled. 2 hits.
Oh. I
What?
forgot something.
What?
I'm not allowed to spend survival while I'm insane. Because I have the... What is it tied to?
Okay.
My immortal ability means I can't spend survival when I'm insane. So I couldn't have done the surge that I did.
Okay.
So. So what's probably the most reasonable thing is just have me skip next turn. Say that I roll on that next turn.
The surviving corpse?
Yeah.
Is that what you did? You rolled on it and then
I rolled on it and I threw my blade.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we'll keep the roll results. We'll say the first thing I did was attack. Second thing I do is I roll on it.
Alright, I am going for the pale underflesh. You hit a patch of soft flesh between hardened translucent scabs. With my first one, it's a strength of 2 right now.
Okay.
So I need a hit on 5. Fail.
Foul play by the board though.
Actually?
No.
That's what I thought. Alright, and now if I do hit on this, I lose my honed strength.
Okay.
No,
you've already hit on it.
No, it's only... This has 3 strength until its edge is ruined after wounding.
Wounding on it, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I fail, I still have the +3, so... Kinda wanna fail. Great. Failed. The monster rolls without turning. Full move the monster to the right.
Do you have your person with tenacity still, by the way?
Tenacity?
Yeah, did you give yourself a strength token?
I did give myself a survival token. I have a blue one right here.
Yeah, I have one as well.
Full move him to the right, please. 6 spots.
Again?
He's moving. On collision, I suffer 2 damage. So, my dark blue guy to his chest, his body.
I feel like you're just in a blender.
2 to the light one, to your feet.
He's just mixing around. It's like one of those blenders that's currently pulsating, you know?
Who wounded the monster? Who are these first 2 wounds? I wounded him with 1, right?
Yeah, and I wounded him with my other.
That doesn't help. Wounding. Okay. Go forth.
Go forth. Who do I still have? I have her.
I'm not doing very well here.
We'll move up here. We will attack with Fist and Tooth. +1 strength, +1 speed is going to counter my -1 speed that I have. So rolling 2. Neither of those connect. Good. All right. His turn.
His turn?
I don't think anything else can be done.
Okay. We're doing well. Sonic belly roar. The monster snaps its massive jaws shut and emits a deep and guttural belly rumble that violently shakes the ground. Pick a target. All survivors not on terrain. That's all of us.
Yep.
Intimidate all targets. The monster leaps 3 spaces backwards.
Is this an advanced card we haven't seen?
Yeah. You excited?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Knock yourself back 5. Pushing its massive chest into the ground, its fingers part, sending a roar into the stone faces. All targets roll 1d10.
Okay. 6, 2, and that was not a roll. 8.
7, 6.
Okay.
Okay. On a 4+, you're knocked down. Knocked down, I'm already knocked down for both of mine. On a 7+, the vibrations also shatter a random fragile gear in their gear grid. Archive it. Nothing of mine is fragile.
I have no fragile either.
Cool. I have frail. Frail is different than fragile, correct?
I think so.
Frail? I think it's different. It's the other character.
It's a different word.
Yeah.
So I would assume it is
All right.
different.
You're knocked down and suffer star brain damage. So, brain damage.
So everyone's...
I got brain damage! Yay!
You need brain damage?
Yeah, and I haven't been getting it.
I need a brain trauma.
I also need a brain trauma.
But we don't want it to happen on this fight. He's not very friendly.
Nope. Alright. That's his turn.
And it was turn? So who was already knocked down?
I was knocked down. I believe both of me were knocked down.
So you two get back up. Mine were not already knocked down.
Okay.
So we should encourage them, possibly.
Standing up forward. What about that guy over there?
He doesn't get knocked down. He rolled a 2.
He rolled a 2?
Yeah, he loves it.
Alright, I'm gonna go. Rolling a speed of 2. Hits on 6. 6. No hits.
Okay. You going?
1, 2, 3. 3 speed 2 hits on 6.
1 hit.
Vasodilated. I have a failure. My strength is 2. So hitting on 5, wounding on a 5. Failure. Rolls without turning. Full move the monster to the left.
He's just...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe. He was right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Have you thought about the fact that now I can't reach him?
I did not think about it, honestly.
Alright, I'm gonna run across the blood pool. I'm gonna go and roll in the blood pool
On
just to get
collision,
myself...
I suffer 2 damage.
An insanity.
To my chest. I need to roll on the heavy wound table.
What? Shira.
For my chest.
We talked about this.
I'm dying.
We said we weren't doing any heavy wound rolls until like halfway through the fight.
I mean, should I spend before the failure, before the reaction, do I get to spend a survival?
No, because you've already rolled.
The location
Yeah.
for the collision?
Yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't dodge that. You can't dodge that.
Okay.
It's not an attack. You could have moved out of the way when he trampled you.
Okay.
Chest.
9.
Okay. You can't catch a breath. Gain -1 movement token. Gain 1 bleeding token.
Oh, take it. I forgot. -1 movement.
Yep. And 1 bleeding. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
I've gone. Would you like to do anything?
Nope, that's it.
He's gonna go.
Yep.
He's delighted.
This is a fun one.
The monster can barely contain its delight as a pungent foam leaks from its maw. While this is in play, the monster has -1 accuracy and +1 speed for each terrified survivor. None. When a survivor dies, the monster is knocked down in excitement. Okay, we can't be terrified. He's gonna draw this. Crimson Snap, pick a target. The threat with the least insanity in range. I have 2 on one of mine. Anyone else
I have 2 in one of mine.
So who's in...
You're going to be closer. Which one? You're not a threat. I'm not a threat. Neither of us are threats.
So, closest survivor.
So it'd be the threat with least insanity still.
Threat with least insanity in range.
4 for my orange guy.
4. I have 5 with my teal. Okay.
Okay.
Speed of 2.
Speed of 2.
Accuracy 3.
Both hit.
2 hits, 2 damage each. Are you terrified?
No.
Okay.
2 damage each?
Yeah.
Okay, let's figure out where they are, then I'll figure out what I'm dodging. Dodging the head one, I think. Oh, no, actually, that's the 2 damage each is fine. I've got the skull helm. So we'll drop the head one to 0. And I'll dodge the foot one? Yeah, I'll dodge the foot one.
You risk your survival?
Excuse you. I like doing the survival action where you don't spend the survival action.
I love that one too. Now we all stand up.
And charge.
Who wants to go first? I've been having really bad times.
Attack him from where I am with my lovely orange bone dagger. I have -2 accuracy. So I hit on a 9 plus. Yep, hit on a 9. 1 hit. Oh, it was a perfect hit as well. On a perfect hit, gain +1 survival. Hey! It came in handy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up to 1 survival.
Blushing hip wrinkles. It's vasodilated.
Let's just crit. Let's not even do the math. Don't even worry about it. We'll just crit it. Let's do the math. That is a wound.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. Alright. This gets archived and we get a coagulated hit location.
Alright, let's see if anyone can get this location. Is it... Oh, it's just 2 front hunches.
Yeah.
Then let me surge. I'm gonna spend my token.
You can get there from here, I think.
No, I'm just gonna surge with my dagger.
Okay.
This is also going to count towards the tenacity. So tenacity will be leveling up.
Why? What's tenacity?
That's the second time I've spent my token.
Oh, you're using a token, gotcha.
And I am going to go ahead and attack again, rolling 3 dice.
How was that the second time? You just got it this last. You didn't have 2 survival tokens.
I had it last time. I've had it for 2 fights.
Okay.
This fight, last fight.
Oh, you have it down there. You don't have it under survivalism because your other character has tenacity too.
No, it's under knowledge.
Right, but that one has tenacity too.
Does it?
It should.
Survivalism
gets tenacity.
No. Nope, you got tenacity from survivalism. I got the ability called accuracy training.
Oh.
You roll on a board for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So every time I hit the monster, I should be marking this though. So every time I hit the monster, which right now has been once, I check in a nice little box. See, I have a guy that's standing there going, it seems like a good idea to be good at aiming.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Looking at 9s. Whoa, 2 hits.
Sparkling tiny ear. And the 99 finger spine that's impervious, you can only crit it.
Okay, we're clearly doing the tiny ear to start with. He's got a toughness of 7, -1 because my bone dagger, -3 because of that. We're looking for a 3+ to go ahead and wound the tiny ear. Shira.
Which one did you do?
It's a wound.
Just a wound.
Yeah,
right?
just a wound. And the...
It has a wound reflex, stop. You have +3 strength to wound this location as well. The monster slams its head into the ground repeatedly. All adjacent survivors get whipped and suffer 1 hit for star damage.
1 hit to...
Your chest for 1 damage.
My chest for 1 damage is going to knock me down, canceling my next hit location.
Cool.
Why cool?
You couldn't... This one...
I was going to crit it.
Yeah, you were.
I was.
Okay.
See?
Critically failed.
Alright, who's going?
I'll go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't really want to be in that location. I love it though. Alright. 2 dice. I have +1 accuracy. So
You realize my scout's over here being like, why are you hiding with me?
hitting on a 4. Yeah, hitting on a 4. Hitting on a 4 is what I said.
You want to surge?
I'll spend my survival token to surge.
We're doing it.
That means I check it off, and it'll level up as well. Could have just waited for you to do it, but whatever. All right, it's on 4s. That's better. That doesn't have anything for a perfect hit. Blushing brow and blushing burly hind leg. Both of those are vasodilated. Both. I don't like either of these. Okay. I have a strength of... Why don't I have a strength... Oh, hone 3. Strength of 3 -1 is 2. 2 -7 is 5. Hitting on 5. Oh, -1 speed. It was a -1 speed, not -1 movement.
Yeah.
So I could have only rolled 1 die there.
I guess should we not be doing speed?
I just got this one. Remember?
I don't remember specifically.
You just gave it to me along with his bleed. I haven't gone with him yet.
Gotcha.
So one of these hits cancel. Here, shuffle them and choose one. Because I already see them both. And then put it back in the deck. You want to shuffle the deck? Alright. Blushing brow, vasodilated. I have a strength of 2. I need a hit on a 5. Fail. I hate these rolls. Flashes a toothy grin. The blood in your limbs drains. The weapon tumbles from your grasp. You're disarmed. Can I... 2 tokens. I have 1 here. 1. And place a disarm tile on the attacking weapon and move the in a matching tile 5
These are the
spaces.
disarm tokens.
Okay. 5 spaces away from me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I must move over the tile to pick it up. Ignore if using fist or tooth. Why? Can I choose which direction it goes?
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. Still can't reach. You gonna move with your girl?
I do. I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well grab myself another little bit of insanity, so I'm gonna drink in deeply. That'll work.
I'm gonna spend my action to use my rawhide headband and look at the top 2 cards of the AI deck.
Okay.
Just put them back in any order. 21,000 Newton bite and vampire bite. The vampire one gives you immortal. This one is the 2 people in front of him. Which one do we want first?
Whichever one's not going to kill someone.
One is threat with most tokens in range, and one is last threat to attack. I attacked last, so he would turn around towards me. Which one?
You choose.
I can't have that attack me. I'm taking 21,000 Newton bite.
Okay.
Anyone else going?
No one else is going.
Great. 21,000 Newton bite. Threat with most tokens in range. That's me.
No, I have 2 tokens as well.
1, 2 bleeding tokens. 3, 4.
Maybe.
They are called tokens.
So still you.
Still me.
Okay.
Speed of... Who's monster controller at this point?
We haven't been following it.
Okay. Most tokens, speed of 2, accuracy 3. I'm not terrified and I'm not deaf. Okay. So. Hits on 3, I have no evasion. 2 hits, each for 1 damage. Okay. 2 locations. Body. You dodged before or after you roll the location?
You can dodge. You can dodge after.
Body. Hand.
Take the hand, dodge the body.
Yep.
You're not doomed, right?
Nope. Okay. Who'd like to go?
You still haven't gone. You could go if you want. I'll go orange though. Why not?
You're back there.
Bellowing, attacking with the bone daggers. An 8 to connect.
I also don't have my weapon.
1 hit. What is it?
The blushing lower jaw.
Okay, 1 is my strength. Gonna go ahead.
If you fail, he will be moving to the left. Just letting your survivor know.
Yep, so 6. Gah, crushed him.
We get a coagulated hit location. This goes here.
Let's see where this next target is.
Right in front of him.
You want to step to the side and get him?
I don't have my weapon, so I would just be fisting and toothing it with -1 strength and -1 speed.
Good luck. Or put your blue girl in. Light girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks.
You now have your weapon.
I have my weapon again. Alright. 2 dice. 6. Hitting on 6. Yeah, because I have nothing modifying my accuracy.
Oh, you keep doing that.
When it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's a beautiful roll, Shira. It really is. You should do it more when it counts. Is my only thought.
Once per attack, if you critically wound. I haven't critically wounded yet,
No.
have I?
You've critically hit like crazy.
Frail. Will frail get broken on parry?
No.
It's just this one that will get broken
Yeah,
on parry.
frail gets broken on super dense.
Okay. I have +1 strength. +3, that's 4. +3, we're attacking this one first. I need a 1. More than a 1. Hit.
7, more than a 1.
Can you please shuffle his hit location deck?
Ooh.
And now I need a 4. You put 1 in the wound?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I need a 4 or higher. 6. Great.
I love the feeling of that we're getting to know our opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we scale up and he becomes absolutely wretched again. I'm going to surge with bellowing.
Okay.
Just for the fun of it. Attacking 3 dice again on a 8+. 2 hits.
You have to come out at some point.
All survivors are doomed. The monster many fingers gesture in a hypnotic wave. The attacker gains the terrified survivor status card. The monster accelerates your heart rate. Gain the death count survivor status as well. If you already have it, place a death count token on the card.
You love that one, don't you?
The monster giggles, full move away from all survivors, then turn to face the attacker. Yeah, she's gonna back up into the corner. No. He was going to move away, kind of like as a heat pattern. The whole way to the corner, turn around there. He'll face me there.
Get that favorite card out. That gives us like a timeline for our... You took it?
It's right here.
You don't put it on yet.
No?
At the end of the round.
Okay. Okay. All right, good. I'm going to rush forward then with her.
You're not adjacent. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
She's going to Fist and Tooth.
Give me 1 second to see if the top of the hit location deck is going to be a... because we have coagulated ones in here now.
Oh, okay.
Nope, you're good.
Fist and Tooth, hitting on a 8. Surge.
How do you still have survival? I thought you just surged.
With him.
Were you surged with him?
Yep.
Oh. Did you hit?
Nope, no hits. Okay, your turn. Do you move forward with him?
I moved already away.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm using my action to take my 2 wounds off me with my bandages. He's gonna go. Sonic belly roar. He snaps his mouth. Massive jaws shut, emits a deep guttural belly rumble that violently shakes the ground. All survivors not on terrain. Intimidate. He leaps 3 spaces backwards. All targets roll 1d10.
Okay.
4 or greater, you're knocked down and suffer 1 brain damage.
All of us. Okay, good.
You're not knocked down. Because I rolled a 3.
Knock down, and 1 brain damage for everyone across the board. A brain damage for you. And a brain damage for you. And a brain damage for you.
And then, wait. On 7 or higher, vibrations also shatter a random fragile gear. Fragile?
Yeah, I don't think we have any fragile gear.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, wait. We do.
Who's we?
We have 1 fragile gear.
Archive it.
Skull helm breaks. Okay.
Wow. I have no survival, and I'm the only one standing, and I can't even get to him.
Mm-hmm.
Move me forward 5. I'd rather not be in his direct path. We'll just stand there.
I mean, he's gonna step on other people to get to you.
He'll step on you.
Why don't you stay away and just let him run towards you?
He still steps on us.
Yeah, but he'll run this way and we'll be behind him.
Okay. 3, 4, 5. Come get me. 21,000 Newton bite. Threat with the most tokens. I'm the only threat. In range. I'm not in range.
Okay, keep going.
Closest survivor.
Oh.
You. You're still a survivor. Speed of 2.
I'm not. You have to live to survive.
I'm a survivor.
Speed of 2. 2 hits.
2 hits, 1 damage each. And I'm not in that range.
1 damage to the belt, 1 damage to the foot. Foot goes heavy. Belt goes heavy. That's okay. That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
We all stand up.
Yeah, and I'm now farther away.
I thought it was a really good idea.
Yeah, you forgot what cards he has in this deck.
I don't really know what cards he has in the deck.
I'm moving 1, 2 here. And oh, are you terrified?
Bellowing is.
I need a +1. Give him a +1 speed token and a -1 accuracy. Would that have changed his hit on you?
I don't think so. He might have had another hit on me though.
It's an additional speed, so.
Good.
Do you want to put the tokens for him?
He has a +1 speed, +1 accuracy?
-1 accuracy.
-1 accuracy, +1 speed?
Yes.
So he's just having fun.
Yeah. It's like, ah!
He's just really enjoying life.
Alright, I'm gonna go with my bone axe
It's
over
like a giant
here.
puppy. Wait.
I moved already.
No, I'm gonna go with my bellowing.
Let me move back.
And I'm going to spend my action to get rid of my terrified card.
Okay, he gets rid of those tokens now.
And I'm gonna step to the side. Who gets rid of what tokens?
Those tokens go away.
Why?
It's his mood. While this is in play, the monster has +1 speed, -1 accuracy for each terrified survivor.
I hear.
Wait, who had that thing?
Bellowing.
Okay.
Not the one that got attacked.
Not the one that
we
got attacked.
clarified that.
1, 2. Hi. Now rolling with a 2 speed. Hits on 6. I don't have any accuracy.
2 hits.
Okay, so dilated. Impervious.
What are these?
Blushing Burly Hind Leg and 99 Finger Spine. I'll do the Blushing Burly Hind Leg first. I have a strength of 4, so I need to hit on 3. Hit. Compulsive reaction cannot be canceled. He recoils and I get a coagulated hit location on the deck.
Where's he recoiling to?
So it says he's not moving. It's fresh blood instantly congealing into hard translucent scabs. Archive this and draw a coagulated hit location. Then I'm rolling on this. It's impervious, so unless I crit, I won't get it. Okay.
We need him to move.
I would love for him to move.
Let me just clear this one off the top of the deck, though. 1, 2, 3. I'll throw from there. Throwing 4 dice. No, throwing 2 dice, sorry. Looking to connect on a... No, throwing 1 dice. I get confused by the... I need to figure out a better way to indicate it. When I have no insanity, I get +1 accuracy, +1 speed. When I have insanity, I'm protected, but I can't spend survival. Alright, 1 dice. Hitting on a 7+. 8 will be a hit. It's going to be an automatic failure.
Unless you attack your wound is an automatic failure. Yep.
But it doesn't go on top of the deck. It just goes down.
Yep.
So now we can attack him again.
Yep.
Yellow still needs to go.
Blue still needs to go.
So I'll punch him right here in the front, in the face, with fist and tooth. See if I can break a tooth or something. Break a jaw. Fist and tooth looking for a neither. Okay, good.
Want to move blue ahead? 5 spaces?
Okay.
I just need to get closer. That's it. Shuffle these.
Three more wounds.
Sonic Belly Roar.
3 more wounds.
All of us. He leaps 3 spaces backwards, pushing. It's a Sonic Belly Roar again, pushing its face. All targets roll 1d10. It's the one that you don't want higher than a 4. Great. Each of us take brain damage 1.
Okay, I have one guy that's still standing.
Brain trauma is not the same as brain damage, is it?
Brain trauma is not the same as brain damage, nope. Are all of you knocked down?
I've got a 6
You're
and
rolling
7.
in a circle.
Yeah. Or was I here?
No, right next to him.
Here?
In this corner.
Here?
Yep, okay.
We're all knocked down.
Top of the round, I'm going to roll with expendable then. Rolling 1 die.
How?
Because he's not knocked down.
What did you roll on him?
He rolled a 2. Hitting on a 7 plus.
It's a 6.
It is a 6.
He's gonna go.
Okay.
Oh. That's been at least a round or 2.
We just went, and now we just finished going again. Honey, bellowing needs this.
21,000 Newton bite. The threat. You're the only one with that's a threat right now.
Okay.
And are you in range? You are. So, can you move him 6 spaces to you?
He'll just hop right in front of me.
Yeah, let's get you in your head. Okay.
Okay.
2. Speed of 2.
Oh.
Hits on 3s.
Speed of 2. Hitting
You're not
on
terrified
3.
or deaf, are you?
I'm not terrified or deaf.
It's amazing.
That is our scout for you. What a guy.
Alrighty.
My scout, he's going to go ahead and attack. Rolling 1, hitting on a 7 plus. 7, draw a card.
Fleshy armpit.
Don't worry about it, because we're going for a crit. Where'd my dice go? Here they are. This is my crit dice. This is the one I keep getting crits on. 6. I have 3, 4, 5. That's a hit. A wound.
Is it?
Yep.
Shuffle these.
Wound. In we go. And it probably...
I'm going back. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, please take him out.
I have 1 die, speed of 1, because I have -1 speed, -1 speed, hitting on a 6, hitting on a 5, hitting on a 4. Hitting on a 4.
That'll hit.
Juicy jowls. I have a strength of 2, so I need a hit on a wound on a 5. Crit. This goes away. The strike mutilates the monsters. Hang on, I have to check this off. I'm wounding a monster. Gain 1. I never get this with him. I wounded you. The strike mutilates the monster's molars, gagging on tooth shards. It spit and coughs up terrible lump that rolls over to you. Gain 1 random monster resource.
Nice.
Can you attack with your yellow character? Because I have an ability that I want to use with you, and I'm not adjacent yet.
Can I attack with my yellow?
Hang on. I'm moving forward 1 and attacking with my teal character.
What random resource are you going to rip off the body of this beast?
That one. Pale flesh.
You got yourself some pale flesh. That's good. That's what we need to build our armor set still.
I'm going with this character. Speed of 2. 6. Hitting on a 6. Yep. 2 hits. This is a persistent injury. Technically, it stays in play.
1 more. Wipe him out.
Unless it's a trap. Okay. Strength of 3. Strength of 4. I need
3.
3.
Which one are you targeting?
I'm targeting this one.
Which one is that?
The blushing, twisting back.
Okay.
4, we said?
Yeah.
No, 3.
3.
So I have strength of 4. Dead. Dead! Killing blow!
One of the most satisfying things about Kingdom of Death is you face this thing that's a nightmare. It's horrendous. And then you get a little bit better and a little bit
You're still
stronger.
alive?
And you grow a little bit more. Yeah, I was on my 4th one once again.
I'm proud of you. You did out the killing
And then you get to a
blow.
point where you feel like you're handling it, and then you realize that you're only fighting the first level of this creature.
Yeah.
And that you're going to be ripped to shreds if you tried to fight the second level of it. It's one of the best overarching stories. You writing down the story element?
Dealt the killing blow. Dealt the killing blow with the bone axe. Bone axe. Huzzah! We
All right.
have triumphed.
Run the
Alright.
aftermath information.
Oh, my brain hurts.
And that's going to be our last showdown with the Crimson Croc for a while, probably. We're probably doing Smog Singers next. Then we know
Do
we
I
have.
really want to meet someone new?
Then we know we have to fight the Butcher after them.
Yeah. That's gonna be exciting. Alright, victory. 1 hunt XP for everybody. One weapon proficiency level, which none of us are weapon proficiency.
So
Ooh.
Bellowing and Invested are both moving to...
Terrified is going to be going on to the next level of the philosophy survivalism.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, 4 basic
Do
resources.
you want to grab out that survivalism book for me so I remember?
Yep, I can do that.
It's 4 basic and 5 crimson.
4 basic, 5 crimson. We really need the sinew because we want to go ahead and set that with your character. We need the sinew, or the tendon or whatever
I
it is.
also need tenacity.
And we love some love juice.
What is that?
That is a anything. It is a wild resource. You're not sure if it's an organ, fur, or not. 2 monster hide, monster organ. Okay. Where's the thing we need so we know what we're looking for? Crimson bone would be very nice. Crimson bone. Crimson fin would be very nice. There's something we could build from that. Veined glass we need for like all the weapons. The immortal tongue we keep getting. Immortal eye we just had. Where is it? Where's the thing we need?
It might be under like one of the eye resources.
You think so?
What's the eye deck?
Well, those are really, really hard to get.
Yeah,
Oh, I hope not.
it's right on the table.
But I would really like to be able to build the super awesome bow. Let's see. Crimson Crockery. Irregular optic nerve. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's for sure going to be in here. Vampire Fang, Diamond Scab, Diffuser Heart. It's not here either. Maybe it's one of those things that you get by having certain critical hits or something like that, like a strange resource.
Interesting.
Cool. Okay. We'll just have to keep fighting him and find out.
Yeah.
All right. Shuffling
5.
these. 1, 2. I like vein glass. 3, 4, and 5.
The pseudo penis is back again.
It keeps showing up. You know, what are
You
you
were
gonna...
so excited when you ripped it off of it.
It's much more satisfying when you rip... It's just one of the classic things that everyone said you could do in Kingdom of Death, which is rip the balls off a white lion.
Yeah.
And then here we're fighting a Crimson Croc, and once again...
Ripping your pseudo penis off.
It's and the nice thing about it is it's multi-purpose. It does everything. It's for mating, it's for excrement, and it's for urination. So it's really useful. Story event. Let's head back to our settlement where we're going to be dealing with a plague of acid rain, I think.
You're so right.
What's it say?
Alright, survivors return heal. Survivors remove tokens. Do not remove gear.
Tokens come back. Blood gets out of here.
Oh, you are healed.
Gear's gone.
You're healed.
Restores to full health. And what are we facing off against?
Acid rainstorm. Gain endeavors. 5 endeavors, please.
Okay. Acid storm. You want this?
Yes.
Good, thank you.
The air tastes sour and burns. The survivors cracked lips. The sky crackles in great flashes, revealing spiraling black clouds.
Reading like.
The air tastes sour and burns. The survivors cracked lips. The sky cracks in great flashes, revealing spiraling black clouds. Finally, it opens, dousing everything in acid rain.
Yep.
Roll 1d10.
Yep. Who?
Anyone. It's just one.
2.
The survivor with the highest insanity.
Yep, that's
1 and 3.
expendable.
Runs into the storm, bellowing wildly. They must skip the next hunt.
Okay. Good for you, expendable. Good for you.
There's some lingering effects. We cannot do music endeavors.
Okay.
And we have +2 to the results of all art endeavors.
+2 to the results of art endeavors.
Do we have nightmare training yet?
We don't have nightmare training, no.
And we don't have cooking yet.
We don't have cooking yet, no.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Other story events that we might have.
We need a missing statue.
Missing statue story event.
It's in this book.
Yeah, I know what it's coming from. I know who it's introducing.
I know who it is too, I think.
It's introducing the opportunity for us to have
bad people.
Small encounters on the way to our hunt. So let's see if we can pull this open. Missing statue.
Page 143.
143. Okay. Resplendent statues contemplate the settlement from a distance. A space in the colonnade is
conspicuously
empty. Bone eaters hunt the survivors. Replace a random basic hunt event card with the Bone Eaters encounter level 1. I've already done that. In the hunt event deck. When the card is revealed during the hunt phase, a dangerous encounter with the Bone Eaters will commence. Encounter rules are in this book. Nominate a pair of survivors.
I don't really want to. Do the people who I tried to meet? My anonymous male and female.
No, I want people to go on this.
Fine.
So,
then give me the option to nominate.
Let's do So I want good people to go on this though, and so far I have no good people to go on this. Let's send them and then I might name some of them.
Okay.
Well, let's name them right now. They're a pair of survivors, so I'm going to give them one name and you're going to give the other name.
Okay, one has +2 survival, the female does.
Okay, so I want to give the female the name Symphony.
Symphony?
Symphony.
That's a noun, that's not an adjective.
Then I want to give her the name Resplendent.
Do you even know what that means?
Like very good and glorious and like holy and shiny and like
abominable.
Like a diamond crown would be resplendent.
Abominable.
Okay, these are a pair. They wander the darkness in grief. Both resplendent and abominable wander the darkness in grief, searching for purpose. They are drawn towards glinting, shapely figures in the distance. They approach a lonely arcade of statues. The couple laces their clammy fingers together and press on to examine. Go ahead and roll 1d10.
I don't want to.
Why not? Did you already read ahead?
I will. I did not read adequately ahead.
Oh.
But that's why I don't want to.
A massive sculpted figure lunges from the darkness. The survivors flee. Each gains a random disorder and must skip the next hunt to recover. Ramblings of living statues unsettle the departing survivors this lantern year, each suffering 3 brain event damage. Okay, so we're going to be suffering 3 brain event damage, and let's figure out what Resplendent and Abominable have in store for them. Go ahead and draw a card for Resplendent, and draw a card for Abominable. So I'm going to bring the cards to your hand. Just draw one for Resplendent.
Wealth smirts.
Okay, what's it say?
I don't know what that means. Things cannot be the way you wish them to be, and only death can shake you from your wallowing. You cannot depart unless you have updated the death count this lantern year.
Wow.
Okay. Well, Smurs. She
Okay.
can't depart until we die.
And Abominable.
Traumatized.
Sounds about right. What's Traumatized do?
I'm just writing down the disorder in their notes.
Yeah, so if we name...
Your experiences have left you shaken and paralyzed by fear. Whenever you end your act adjacent to a monster, you're knocked down.
Good for you, buddy. You're never getting named.
We did name him. Abominable.
You're never getting taken out on a hunt. We can't trust you.
Can't depart. Knocked down. Don't worry, they're a mating couple, honestly. We're waiting for them to have a baby.
Oh, no. They will be this time. Yeah, for sure.
No one else is attempting that.
Okay. What else do we have? Anything else?
We did the acid. We did the missing storm. Can you tell me your hunt experience for your friends?
Bellowing's at 2. Invested is at 2. Expendable is at 3.
Despairs at 3. You're at 3.
Is that it for general stuff, though? No more story events?
No more story events. No
Okay.
more settlement events. We don't. I still. Do you want to update survivalism?
Yeah, we'll do that later, though. Because you're going actually to another level. Let's do that now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm ranking up because I'm at the next rank.
Yep.
Survivalism. Trust fear. Survivors and their tools are feeble. No one and nothing can protect you, so you give in to fear. It electrifies your exhausted body. Gain 1 Lumi and roll 1d10.
Lumia is what you're going to be able to spend to get specialized
Knowledge.
So
Roll 1d10.
good roll.
Nice. You practice avoiding danger by diving between imaginary monster legs. You cut yourself on stone noses, but gain K. What's K?
A knowledge.
Knowledge. Rolling dive. The next time you depart, gain a bleeding token.
Knowledge is from survivalism. Do you know how many?
I also level up my tenacity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how much? So that means I'll auto level up my tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Tenacity too.
Do you know how many knowledges you can have? 3, I think, is the maximum.
3, including the one under philosophy. So I'm going to be getting rid of one of these.
Yep. So
My despair. I'm getting
rolling
rid of.
dive. +1 torment. When you are adjacent to the monster, you may spend a movement to place your survivor on any other unoccupied space adjacent to the monster. You can like roll underneath it.
When you're adjacent, you can. Interesting.
That's awesome.
Cool.
And you're moving up.
On tenacity to tenacity 2.
Tenacity 2. When you depart, gain 2 survival tokens. You may spend survival token anytime to gain +1 survival. Observation. When you spend a survival token, gain +1. This is just a buff.
Yeah.
I like a good, healthy influx of survival tokens.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got to update both of those. We don't have a collective cognition of 8, and we're not
Nope.
updating the collective cognition because we fought the same monster. That's the downside of it.
There you have it. There's another gameplay episode of Kingdom Death Monster. Very excited about this. That one went well. We're just getting to the point where we're going to start exploring new things. We're going to be going on, I think, Smog Singers, then Butcher.
Yeah.
So we have to get prepared for a few of those. Like always, we'll do a little bit of the upkeep off camera. We'll review the rules and double check comments that people have left, and then swing back into it. We played 2 sessions today.
Yeah.
And it'll be probably maybe one more session this week, a few days, and then we'll be filming a whole bunch next week. So by the time you're seeing this, we should have something like 12 to 15 episodes in the can, slowly coming out. We're thinking about 1 a week is how they're going to be distributed, so keep
We're
an
not
eye
going to have
out.
a chance to review the comments because we'll be already five lantern years ahead before people even see this.
100% right.
So,
But we'll know them for the next game we do.
the next
Which
campaign.
I think we're going to play People of the Lantern maybe on our own. Like, get the whole way to the end.
How many different campaigns are there?
5.
Gotcha.
4 or 5. 5, I think.
5?
Yeah.
This is the 5th?
And you can do variations.
Right.
So
we were in the middle of People of the Lantern.
Yeah.
Campaign.
Yeah. They're all the core tenet of a campaign is that it's built around like a centralized figure. So, you know, I know you have the Sunstalker, you have the I think Dragon King is I think the Sunstalker and Dragon King aren't the same one.
So you just have different end bosses, and so then the monsters leading up to them, the nodes essentially, are different?
You could swap them out, but there are storylines you can follow. There is a structured story that you can follow, and it introduces new elements.
Are there like different campaign sheets for it?
Yeah, so one of them introduces the idea of stargazing, one of them introduces like different types of resources that you're getting. It's cool. Like the same way that this is bringing in new things. And we can backdate, if we really like the philosophy system, we can backdate that into the old campaigns. So, lots of cool options. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. We're just happy to be playing. Yeah. Whatever the case, though.
Whatever you do, remember to do the important thing.
Get out and play some games.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.